Looking for a way to make a statement without saying a word? Shop I Am All Things Clothier, the brand that lets your wardrobe do the talking. Our shirts aren't just clothing, they're bold declarations of who you are and where you're going. Whether you're crushing your goals, embracing self love, or simply looking to inspire, our designs keep you focused and stylish. So why just wear a shirt when you can wear your mindset? Visit iamex313.com and choose the shirt that speaks to your journey today because you're more than just one thing. You're everything that you speak. Your circle will change as you accomplish your goals and level up. Everybody can't go.
And we live. Happy Wednesday and welcome to another Everybody Can Go Convo. I'm your host, Jessi Holley, and we are moving a little bit further into the month of December with what are we going to talk about today? The growth starts with gratitude. Why are we going to talk about the growth starts with gratitude? Well, we just came off of a bit of a holiday season. We've what are we 2 weeks off from the Thanksgiving holiday. We did a lot of talking about what are you thankful for and a bunch of those different things. And it put me in the mindset of thinking about what results you can get when you are focused with an attitude of gratitude, when you are in a place and space where you are thankful for the things that you do have, and when you're not putting focus on the things that you don't. There are a lot of positive things that can come out of that. So, of course, when I started thinking about all of these things, I'm like, ooh, let me take some notes. Let me type down some things in my phone. Let me make sure that all of these little tidbits, if you don't write stuff down, paper and keyboards remember. The mind doesn't always, okay? So, as I was thinking of some of these good things that I wanted to share with you guys, I'm like, hold on, no, I gotta write these down because I was like, ooh, self said, and I was like, I think this is good. Let's tell the people. Let's tell them. So, we're going to keep with the theme and the spirit that we've been talking about, keeping the happy in our holiday. We aren't forgetting about that. We are actually going to revisit that in the next couple of weeks as we get closer to this Christmas holiday. The season is here. Y'all know I'm happy about these holiday markets. I went to two this weekend. I was excited. A part of keeping that happy in your holiday season and making sure that we're able to ride this wave in a way that is not only positive for each and every one of us, but also riding this wave in a way that it can be fulfilling, no matter what your situation is, no matter what your home life looks like, because all of that is in here and it's in here. And so we are going to take a look and keep reviewing some of the things that can help us to remain in a beautiful state. Shout out to Bottles, to Arsenio. We want to stay in a beautiful state. And I've really been thinking about that and how we can accomplish that in these coming weeks. And as you guys know, and if you haven't, go ahead and check back a few episodes so that we can keep that positive momentum going. And again, just that little side note, even if you don't have that positive momentum going, we're also looking at making sure that if you are neutral or if we're, just a nice steady space, that is fine too. That too is a beautiful state. It doesn't have to be this big, grand, phantasmagorical thing. Being just neutral and cool, that can be your version of being at a beautiful state. So, we're going to start with when we're talking about growth starts with gratitude. One of the notes that I have for you guys is to grow, you do have to have an appreciation for what you already have. And it's like, well, why do I already have to have an appreciation for what I already have? Like, what does that have to do with anything? What it has to do with is not just that beautiful state that I was talking about, not just being in that positive mindset, that positive heart posture, being in that space, but also so that you're able to strategically look at what you have existing, so that you're able to look at ways that you can build on what you have. If you're constantly worried about what you don't have and your focus is on what you don't have, how are you looking at how to build in a tangible way based upon what's there for you to build on? Even if you're building a foundation, foundations still have bricks, still have cement, still have, something is used to build the foundation. So there already has to be something existing there, and or so that you're able to prep the area to build out the proper foundation. So either you're working on building the foundation itself upon what is there, or you are looking at preparing the space and prepping the area to be a good, solid foundation for your building and growth in the future. Now, for those of you guys you have your foundation laid, it's solid, we don't have any cracks, no leaks, no nothing, then you can look at ways to build up. What do you already have existing? It is that foundation. The foundation is good and solid. Now, looking at that and being grateful for the foundation is there and it's solid, not looking at, well, it's not a mansion built on this foundation yet. The focus is what is there, and you are thankful to have and have gratitude for that solid foundation that has already been laid. So, that is your space to build. That is your space for growth. And without gratitude, it makes it just that much harder to actually view what you have as a set of tools for what you can use for growth and gains. Now, as you're looking at the growth and areas where you can make change, where you can grow, where you can build upon what's already there, gratitude will help you to keep your mind positive and prepped for you to receive. So, though you may be in a space or a place where you're currently working alone or you're building by yourself, when you operate in gratitude, you are able to attract other like minded individuals your way. And you never know. Your gratitude and your posture of humility, of thankfulness, can be the very springboard or the very thing that inspires someone else to lend a helping hand to you, to offer resources, offer you an opportunity. So when you're keeping that posture, you don't have to get ready for what someone else can bring to the table to assist you with what it is that you're growing, with the areas that you need a help or assistance in. When you're in that gratitude space, other people that are coming to help, you're already prepped to receive them. You're already prepped to receive the help that they may be able to lend you, to give to you, or to direct you to a space or opportunity where you can get exactly the resources that you need so that you can accomplish your next phase of growth and building. And part of being prepared does mean to be ready to use those resources wisely. It's not just being prepared to receive, but it's being prepared to take those resources and create, take those resources and produce so that you're able to make that forward movement, make that propel forward, that step forward, so that you are further demonstrating that you are resourceful. That is further demonstrating your thankfulness and your gratitude. And it also helps you so that you are just one step closer to being able to, and you know what? It don't only just have to be one step. You never know when you're in that posture and someone steps up to assist, or when you are that fertile ground and you are mentally and emotionally, spiritually prepped for receiving that assistance, that helping hand, that opportunity, those blessings. when you are ready, it may not just be one step forward that you're going to take. This could be, you never know. This could be your big break, your next big thing. This could help you take 3 steps forward. This could help you take 7 steps forward. You never know how much or how many resources someone else is willing or able to give or lend or any of those other things. But as long as you are the person who is living in gratitude and that you are prepped to receive and wisely use, you never know, that person may need to come back around and get you another set of resources as well, because they saw how you operated in your stewardship over what they gave or lended to you the first time. So put a pin in that one, for because look, that's how credit works. Okay, that's how, I said it in a nice way, but that's how the bank look at you. That's how your credit report, that's how they look at you. Okay, so even though I'm talking about in terms of people being a resource to you, this is also practical in applying to some, what I feel are less fun ways, because the bank is an institution, it's not a person that you can smile at. But it's still it still stands true what I said. Do the best that you can with the resources that are given to you, and that makes you a prime candidate for receiving those benefits again, receiving those resources again, and being a person who your name comes up in different conversations and rooms, that you will be you will be talked about as a person who can be connected to another person who may be looking to be a resource. While you're making sure that you're ready for these opportunities and these resources, part of prepping for these opportunities, y'all know where we going with it. You know where we're going with it. I'm going to take it there. You do have to get into the social and personal aspect of being prepared for growth, of being ready for growth, and showing that gratitude with looking at who's helping you to build, and also for those who aren't helping you to build, who are you around? Because the people that you are around, again, they're going to have, at least subconsciously, or should I say at most, but subconsciously, those who you're keeping company with and those people who you are around are going to have some type of effect. And I very much hope for you that it is positive. But those people will have an effect on what your growth looks like, and also how you view gratitude. It's very easy to slip out of being grateful for and living in gratitude for what you currently have, when you're being bombarded from all different angles and people on what everybody else is doing, pointing out what everyone else has, pointing out the changes or the growth that other folks have made, and it may not be presented to you in a helpful way. It may not even be presented to you in a way that is intentionally malicious, but you still have the responsibility to gatekeep what's coming in, so that you're able to have better control over what is coming out. Staying in that beautiful state doesn't just start inside of you, it starts also with what are you bringing in to you, so that when things are coming out of you, what is it being fueled by? So when you're looking at your growth journey, you can't grow with people who are jealous of what your growth looks like and some of the things that come with your growth. Remember, we talked about there are people who may be looking to lend or give resources, and being in a state of gratitude, it makes you a good candidate for that. And it makes you a good candidate for being able to use those resources as wisely as possible, and be a good candidate for a repeat blessing, a repeat funding, repeat resources. Hashtag repeat resources. That's a t-shirt, y'all. Shameless plug. Check out www.imex313.com for all of your merch needs. And there's a few surprises on there for you guys too, with new merch and things that we have coming up for you guys, a few pre-sales. But anyway, I digress. So back to our topic here. You can't grow with people who are jealous of the results of your growth and or your level up. Whether that person or those type of people blatantly let you know that they're having an issue with the growth that you are having or that you have made, or whether it comes through in subliminal or subtle ways, you do have to gatekeep yourself and your progress as you are working through some of the areas that you would like to grow in. There are people who they like the current state of you. They have bonded with your brokenness. They may find solace or perhaps even a boost of self-esteem or a rush from knowing your dirty little secrets and or spaces and areas where you can grow, but they don't necessarily want to. They want you to stay right where you are because it makes them feel better about themselves. Those are the kinds of people that I want you to keep an eye out for. Just those like little comments, you know, we see it on social media all the time. The meme that it says if anybody says, "Oh, how's your little business doing?" Even though I'm like, that's just an example because anything that is small or little is cute to me. So it's a lot of stuff that I call little that is not little. But you catch my drift and you get where I'm going with it, okay? Like you can tell when somebody's just like, "Oh, well, how's that thing that you're doing? How's that going?" See, the word little wasn't even in there, but that tone, that look, how's that working out for you? When the answer is, it's not going exactly according to plan, but things are actually going really well. A person that asks you in that tone, that's not the response they wanted to hear. They want to hear about how bad you failing. They want to hear about everything that's wrong, not everything that's going right. And even though there are times where we do need to assess what is going wrong, we do also have to take a look at what is going right. And that's where we come back to that gratitude. With what are the things that are going right? What are the things that are positive? What are the things that I can use to build upon? And at a certain point, gratitude and gratefulness has to go back to that after we're done strategically assessing so that we can see what are the areas of improvement. If we're going to look at the negative just to look at it, harp on it, meditate on it, just internalize it and keep it. That's that's not what we want to do. We want to look at the negative and look at the any issues, concerns, any of those negative things that pop up. We want to look at those areas with a feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Shout out to E. He called it a 5-minute funk. You can be in a funk for 5 minutes. Set a timer. Give yourself that 5 minutes to feel those feelings. But when it's time to move forward, then you may have to take a step back, take a walk. Do you need a nap? Do you need to be fed? Do you need a hug? Do you need to pray? And then revisit the issue with a set of logical lenses on so that you can examine the facts and examine viable solutions that will get you to the goal or the growth that you are specifically looking for. Once you start to become laser focused in that way, you will take a look around at those who are just not really happy with the good results that you're getting. But you know what? You let them do that and you do you. because we about growth over here, y'all. We about growth. You do have a tribe. You do have people that support you. Be in gratitude for those people. Don't harp on the, naysayers, dot, 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 dot. We're not harping on that. You got a tribe and you got a friend in me. You know what? We should do a group watch Toy Story on YouTube or something one night. That would actually be dope. Watch party. Okay. And finally, before we break for today, I actually got two more things. So I don't want you to think that when you are in a certain season of growth, that means you got to cut everybody off. Like there are seasons of isolation and when you must go alone. But like I said, you got a friend in me, you got a tribe. They're like you have your people. There may be a time where you are getting prepared, that you'll be in isolation while you're getting prepared for that new group of people, while you're getting prepared for your tribe, the same way that you are embodying gratitude so that you can be ready and prepared for additional good things that are coming to you and coming your way for your growth. You do have to get prepared to receive that tribe. That's one of those resources that I was talking about. That group of people who will support you, that you can build with as peers. You have to be prepped and ready to be an added resource to that environment, because you don't want to get in that tribe or get in that room and now you the burden and everybody looking at you crazy because your growth is stunted or because you didn't do everything that you needed to do so that you could not only get, but you could give when you're in that space and place. And it's okay to let go of some of those people during certain seasons. When you do have to let go, if it is for a season, just understand sometimes letting go is not forever. Letting go is relinquishing a certain connection or a certain type of connection for a specified amount of time, sometimes an unspecified amount of time, but it doesn't always have to 100% mean forever. It can just mean a time of separation, a time of less communication, a time of less partying, a time of less popping bottles because it's work to do. Iron sharpens iron. Make sure that you're next to a sharpening iron. There's a time for an axe to be used and there's a time to resharpen it, okay? And those are two different environments. Sometimes that environmental change is going to affect those social interactions as well. And it doesn't have to be all bad. It don't have to be beef. It don't have to be beefed out. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do and stay focused. Now, this is my final point. I've actually got to my real finally this time. Okay, so lastly, the other things that I want you to really look at when you're looking at growth through gratitude. We talked about some of those negative things and not so good things that we do have to acknowledge, but we're not going to dwell there and we're not going to internalize those things. When you're growing, that does include for you specifically, yes, you, me too. Y'all know this. Y'all know it ain't just for y'all, it's for me too. I'm just trying to hook y'all up and help y'all out with some of the things that I'm like, yeah, that worked for me. Let me make sure I tell somebody. When you're looking at growth, that also includes sometimes you have to release habits, traits, other people, but also old versions of yourself. There are some habits that you carry, there are some traits that you may carry that no longer serve you in this season, or that if you hold on to those things, it can make you an unviable unviable ground, meaning you're not fertile ground. You're not being fertile soil for the growth that you are looking for, or for the growth that is needed to accomplish the goal or goal set that you have in front of you or ahead of you. There's literally nobody that can change that but you. Other people can assist by giving you reviews. They can point out things for you if your goals and the things that you say you want aren't in alignment with your actions, with your habits, with your traits. If there are some things that you are exhibiting that it's not going to get you to the goal or get you to the growth that you say that you so desperately want. And you don't even got to want it desperately. Either it add up or it don't. And when it doesn't add up, you may have somebody in your trusted circle, your sacred circle, that'll tell you like, "Hey, your slip is hanging. Do you need some assistance? Do you need me to help? Did you know?" And the only person that can control whether or not those things are changed, it is you. So, in the areas, places, and spaces where there is credible help that is available to you or for you, for those things that you could improve about yourself so that you're able to get to your goals the way you would like to, make sure that you take folks up on that offer. Drop something in the comments, drop something in the chat. Let me know if you got questions. If it's private, you already know. Head over to @everybody can't go, the number 2 on Instagram. Drop me a DM if you don't want it all out for everybody to see. Let's talk about it. Have a conversation with the group, with the tribe, so that you can get to your growth, get to your results, get those gains. And don't forget that you can get one or more steps closer to all of those things when you are practicing growth through gratitude. Don't forget your gratitude. It only takes a few seconds, few minutes, however long you want to make it take. Just go ahead and make out a list. You don't even have to write it. You don't got to type it. Because one of the fun things about practicing gratitude, even though paper remembers, keyboards remember, but the mind doesn't, there's something that it does for you subconsciously to just think through that list of things that you are grateful for and that you have gratitude for. Thinking through that list, there's something that happens for you subconsciously and something that happens for you, what's the word? Physiologically. So something is actually the chemicals in your brain. Something is happening to you and for you as you think down that list. So don't worry about it if you can't write it down, you can't type it in your phone or on a tablet or something. Just sometimes just take some time and close your eyes and think about 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for, that you have gratitude for, and really let it settle in. Because that feeling, it will stay with you and it will follow you. I promise. So we will go ahead and call that a wrap for today. And we will see you guys next week for another Everybody Can't Go convo.
Calling all Gen X women writers. Do you have a book inside of you just waiting to be written? It's time to stop sitting on that dream and start smiling at your completed manuscript. Join us for an unforgettable, fully immersive weekend retreat designed to take you from stuck to published. From March 14th through 16th, 2025, at a luxurious retreat home in Orlando, Florida, you'll be guided step by step by best-selling authors, experienced publishers, and your writing coach, Melissa T, who's authored 8 books and helped countless writers become bestsellers. This is your chance to unshackle the story that's been living inside of you for months or even years and release your voice to the world. Because when you share your words, you change lives one page at a time. Secure your spot today and get ready to write the book you were born to create. Save your spot now. Click the link below.